Up for sale. Up for sale, 1976 Chevy K5 Blazer. I'm going to walk around it, tell you about the truck, fire it up, and then drive it. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this. Thank you. Like I said, 76 K5 Blazer finished in what I'll call Hugger Orange with beige interior. 350 automatic 4x4, power steering, power front disc brakes. Just shy of 40-year ownership in Virginia. And if I had to guess, you know, they didn't have eBay back then, you didn't have the internet, probably originated in that area new. Of course, you know, go around it, point at anything I see, fire it up, drive it, and get in for the driving. And I gotta say, it's less than 10 degrees today, so I might have to chop this video up and go inside and warm up every now and then just because it's just beyond cold. Weather has not been cooperating, so I gotta do this, unfortunately. Where to begin? We'll start here on the chrome and the grill, and then I want to talk about the paint. So let's go here down below. We'll start over here. Now there's zero damage on the bumper in the front. It just has like these, you know, these little white specks here that you see. I love the bumperettes. I always appreciate seeing them. Or the bumper guards. People always love to correct me, but I call them bumperettes. Trying to think here. Yeah, definitely when they repainted it, new bezels and new grille here in the front, which I enjoy seeing. The paint color, you can kind of get an idea here. It's beautiful. I love the color choice. In the pictures, it looks that pretty in person. But it's a driver quality paint. Now the hood is beautifully painted, I'll say. We're just gonna break the truck down here, step by step. I do see a little nick right there. I do actually have a can of paint with a very similar color that I received with the truck. But what, in my opinion, and my dad's opinion as well, where it's lacking is like the finish. Taking that extra few steps of sanding in like the door jambs, for example. So I might as well show this just because it's going to turn certain people off. But here, for example, like you see this little roughness on the edge. For a little bit more effort, you could have made that a little bit smoother. Of course, you know, when you're sanding this area, you see this little here. You could have done that. And like my dad and I said, some of this could have been done the first time it was painted, because this is a second repaint. And I guess 35 years ago when it received its first repaint, the gentleman probably didn't care if it was nice. You know, it was an 80s SUV. It didn't matter back then. So I understand. If this was done today, I'd be like, come on, you know. So I get it. But a lot of that comes into these door jambs because obviously they painted the outside, but they didn't paint the inner door jambs because technically, again, it presents itself rather well, as you see here. So that's why I'm taking my time here. I want people to see, you know, everything. But like, look how nice the hem is here and all that. But it's the, actually this door jamb specifically is nice. I mean, obviously this was sanded a little bit, but yeah, that's not specifically what I'm talking about. But here, let me look. I mean, this is good. We're really going to jump around here today. This is good. You know, like in here, back in the 80s probably when they did this, you know, if it was today, a little bit more sanding would have been done better. Even in here, because obviously they painted with a tape line, you know, an hour's worth of sanding to make this smoother. An hour's worth of sanding to make this smoother. And all the way around here too, like a little bit of roughness there. I mean, again, an hour worth of sanding to make it smoother. But there's little things like that around the truck, of course. So you know, like up here too, like kind of disappointing to see that. But again, that could have been the work that was done back in the 80s. So we're gonna rewind here, go back to the front. I'm gonna pop the engine compartment here, so you guys see the 350. And then I'll fire it up. So I did replace the windshield as well. I could see when it was painted. So I do need two hands. So I'm going to lay this down and have it up here. Okay. Rather original in here. I know that the gentleman, you know, freshened up the air cleaner, but the 350 is nice and original looking. Factory exhaust manifolds. You can see the power steering pump, brand new brake booster and master cylinder. It's got brand new front disc brakes as well, which was nice to see. Actually, these tires, all 4 tires are brand new tires just put on. You can see all the little rubber teats on them. And then these truck rallies were redone as well. These look like not as recent as the tires, but nice trim ring, stuff like that. The rally wheels look great. And again, like I said, 4 tires all the way around. But she runs like a sewing machine. And you can see the original jacking instructions down here. And again, going back to that 80s paint, you can see that this was that color again here. You can see a little bit on the underhood and a little bit in there, like an old marking in the back. Excuse me. Was an air truck. Obviously, it's not with the truck anymore. Just trying to think while I'm sitting here. Let's fire her up. Oh, some interesting tags though I forgot about. I think this was pretty neat. One over there. I don't see one here, but I see those 2. So let's hop in. So that's kind of what I'm getting at. Like a little bit, it's that little, like if they spent 5 more hours in that prep, would have gone a long way. Anyway. While I'm here, I might as well zoom out. Steering wheel, super nice. The dash pad was definitely redone. I received new carpet as well, which is nice. Original console, redone both bucket seat covers. New window cranks, but the door panels themselves, it's a Cheyenne, by the way, are original. All the gauges work. I drove it. It drives really, really nice. Heater works, keeps you toasty. Wipers work. Now the fuel gauge starts there, and it works in its own way. So it starts there and it'll move down rather than starting it and going to full. But let me just because it's freezing, I'll give it a couple pumps. Make sure she's gonna stay running. I basically just pulled it over here and parked it. Okay. Yeah, but she's very smooth. It's also a cruise truck. It appears to be hooked up. I always say this, I don't know if it works. This one I might actually test just out of curiosity. And you notice something else, which when I close the hood, I'll show you. Very commonly on these square body trucks, the hoods kink over time, but this one's not. And obviously you do want to take your time closing it anyway. You don't want to make it kink. So, like right about here, you would see it would bow up, but no, it's not like that. So let's just go through our normal motions. Again, anything, in that prep that I'm referring to out of the ordinary, I will point out as we go. Because again, I'd rather be completely honest. Beautiful color. I mean, look at that. I love seeing the trim rings around. The truck actually, it does have nice fitment. Like the hood lines up nice. This all lines up nice down here. Okay, again, speaking of that, like some of this could have been 20 minutes of prep right there, because look how nice this one is. And then you can see like a couple, little dimples there. Again, in that 20 minutes, you could have banged that out and it'd be done. Original glass, I believe. Could not be. This was definitely original. That could be an older replacement because that's a newer soft gray logo. These are new. And again, they're, like I said, this little bit of 5 minutes or 10 minutes, something like that. Down there, like I said, isn't bad. This door lines up nice. This is actually nice here. Something's on there. But like in that 5 minutes, you could have made this line up nicer. Let's show you the back window before we go inside the truck again. Window's nice. Actually, I'm going to finish this whole side for you. Let's go back down. Actually, the sanding work was nice. Couple little dimples, but not as bad. Nice in here. You see like a little run right in there, if you can make that out. So here again, you're gonna see it like right in this area, like 20 minutes of, you know, prep work would have gone a long way. You see a couple more here, but there's no bubbles, there's no rust coming through, which, if I have to think back, it's definitely older than, you know, 5, 6, 7, 8 years. I feel like if there was something, it would have started coming through already, which is good. You know, that's the thing with these new paints you get. You never know what's underneath. At least with something like this, probably it would have been bubbled already. So, again, good. Let's check out the under doors. Again, jog my memory. The line is good. You see a little bit of like a rusting, but obviously when they painted it back in the day, anything that was going to go bad was removed. Nice here. Got some chips here, but not bad. And I showed you the original door panel as well. So let's actually show you the interior now. Seats are nice. Again, like I said, they were redone. I think this wood grain was replaced as well. It looks nice. I love seeing the stock gauges in there. The radio's giving me static. I'm pretty sure when I was driving and I had it working, I could be very wrong though. Your controls for the 4-wheel drive are here. And then let's just read the tag. I did take a picture of it. Actually, I'm gonna hop into the passenger seat. Give me a second. Soft fray tinted glass, wheelhouse carpeting, external mirror, locking differential, 350, 31-gallon fuel tank, dual exhaust, electric clock. The clock probably doesn't work. I believe those are the tires. White top, yeah, saddle, custom interior, 3-passenger rear seat, which is the original seat, front bucket seats, all-weather AC, it's gone, like I said, heavy-duty front rear shock, speed and cruise, again, don't know, turbo hydromatic trans, fuel tank shield, variable power ratio, tire, Cheyenne equipment, and then 400-something paint. So pretty neat. The visors are new, I do notice. Couple little bubbles in here, again, probably from that 35-year-old paint, so I mean that's not bad after all these years. Maybe they're not new visors, because that's an original. Yeah, that's cool. Let me show you the back seat, because obviously I can't open up a back door. Nice back seat. Seat belts. I know the rear door panels are original. You see the inside there. Trying to think if anything else jumps out at me. Original seat belts, front and rear seat belts, of course. Love the console, it's in nice condition. The disc brake truck, obviously. And doors open and close nicely. We've done this, we've done that. Rear bumper about the same as the front. I would say it's got a tow hitch on the back. So you see there some of those little markings on top. And then we're going to talk about this piece of metal there in a second. Again, part of that prep work that I would have done, that other $150, is this piece of trim. Again, this is not body at all. I'd like to clarify. This is its own piece of like a valance, you would say. A couple pinholes. Again, probably original. I would have just replaced it and painted it to match. So it just doesn't, I don't always understand what people do. But anyway, new lens covers. This looks like maybe an original piece of trim, but it's in nice condition if it's original. Another new lens cover. We just greased up the back window so it goes up and down super easy. Well, as easy as it can for the system. Actually, really nice. And you drop it down. And here's your truck bed. So again, here is that original paint. Better prep work in here, I would say. The newer carpets in the back, and then here original door panels. You know, probably a work truck, maybe. You know, some little stains on there, but again, they're original. Those nice pieces of trim where the top bolts on. Those look nice. And then it just closes pretty easily and rolls back up. Which way? Man, the invention of a power rear window was a genius idea. Stainless steel exhaust, I didn't mention that. Oh, speaking of the underneath, now there were some repairs to the inner rockers. They were nicely done prior. I had my guy go over them one more time, make them even better. So I'm very, very happy with how they turned out. I might not have enough pictures to post them on the ad, but of course, if you would like to see them, I can send them. So let's take our time here. Oh, excuse me. Take our time here. These tops are always finished like with a rough texture, so I'm not really discussing that, but let's just take our time going down here. I want to make sure if anything in that like prep time jumps out at me that I would have liked to disclose. Look a little bit here, but not as bad. A couple little here, not as bad as the other side. Let's go down now. Actually, really, there's a little bit there, but nowhere near as bad as the other side. Not that the other side's truly bad. A little guy there, and it looks like something was blended at some point that you could see. Again here, that extra 10 minutes, you could have corrected that line. That lower panel is actually, it's not as bad, but it looks better, a lot better than the other one. Only a couple little guys right here. So it's more, this is new as well. Definitely original. Again, like I said, maybe an older replacement. I'm looking, I'm sorry, just give me a second. Nice mirrors. And then here we're going to talk about this side just like I did on the other side. Actually, this door is much more solid for being original there. Up and over. But I know here there was a little bit in this door edge and a little bit in this door edge that was fixed. And then but the under door itself a lot nicer, if you could make that out. So again here, no, this is a lot nicer. You see a little roughness, but this is better all the way up and over. Again here, not as good as the other side was. You know, I would have spent 20 more minutes sanding. Would have done, you know, shown a lot better in the finished product. And same deal for here, but again, not bad. I've seen way worse. Oh, I know this is a rather long video. I just, like I said, I wanted to be as really thorough as I can with the truck. Maybe even newer door sills. Again, minor thing, but I like seeing that. You know, back 35 years ago, a little rougher there, so, you know, it is what it is. A little bit there, I would have, you know, prepped a little bit better, but that's not terrible. Fitment's nice in here. And I'm always looking for these body lines to line up. I like seeing that. And actually, there's a couple stains from driving it. A little bit better. Actually, I would say a lot better than the other side was. You see a couple little marks right there. But anyway, we'll be up for sale later today on my website, nextgenclassiccars.com and eBay. Both links will be in the description of this video if you want to go ahead and check it out. 76 K5 Blazer. And and we're gonna hop in it and drive it. Thank you. Just fire it up. Yeah. Yeah, you go. Excuse me. Oh, reverse lights work. That's nice. I don't want to be too over the top with it, but I want everybody to see the truck for what it is. But again, some of those blemishes you got to look for with a magnifying glass. Might as well just keep running it and have them turn around. And of course, it's not going to